Terms before, but from here on out we'll probably be utilizing the term meeting the criteria for demolition. There are two original homes that are included in the 7 homes that are meeting the criteria for demolition. Those were 21825 Ocean Pines Drive and 21835 Ocean Pines Drive. Again, those were the homes that destroyed and fell into the sinkhole when this happened back in July 14th. On Saturday, August 5th, 2 homes were also noticed for demolition. 21815 Ocean Pines Drive, 21814 Ocean Pines Drive. And on Sunday, 3 homes were noticed for demolition, including 3153 Canal Place, 21748 Ocean Pines Drive, and 21845 Ocean Pines Drive. I've had some reporters ask me about details about the specific houses. I'm going to quick go through that now for you. 21815 Ocean Pines Drive. Our building inspectors found exterior cracking and separation of the home. 21814 Ocean Pines Drive. There was buckled tile, cracked marble, and cracked exterior. And there was also roof movement on that home. On Sunday, 8/6, 3 homes were noticed for demolition. 3153 Canal Place had visible inspection that showed a need to demolish the home. There also was a significant hole that was opening up in the backyard that was affecting the foundation of that particular home. 21748 Ocean Pines Drive, visible inspection showing that it needed to be demolished. And cracking of the walls on that home, and there was also cracking in the walls of 21845 Ocean Pines Drive. Again, today debris removal will continue from Cirrus Environmental Services. They are the main debris removal contractor. Debris removal operations continuing until further notice. Again, that's why we ask you to be careful as you go in there. We don't want to slow down the emergency operation, the cleanup effort, the debris removal. So if you can try to stay out of the way of the large trucks, try to stay off the road and get a vantage point, and hopefully everybody will be safe. That is our goal. The dump truck numbers that we have as far as uncrushed lime rock that was being brought in to help shore up the sides of the sinkhole, a total of about 125 dump trucks have been hauled in with this type of material. That was 55 dump trucks on Saturday and 70 dump trucks on Sunday. I just got off the phone with the project manager. I don't have a firm number for today, and again, I don't want to put out erroneous information, so I'm just putting out the information that I can verify, and that is at this point 125 dump trucks have been brought in with fill material. There were 5 semi-loads of debris that were taken out of the area on Saturday. That's the latest information that I have still as far as the debris. The latest attack and kind of tactic that we plan to have here is backhoes and grader equipment are in the area, and they're used to shore up the bank, and we also have a small backhoe that's on the barge to pick up debris. And that's kind of the tactic that they started over the weekend. It worked, and that's the tactic that they're going to continue to do. Again, using a backhoe, some graders to shore up the sides, make sure that's stable, at the same time scooping up the debris that they find in the water in the sinkhole. Monday, starting today, the company that will be removing the water is Enviro Waste. They'll be taking it to a wastewater treatment facility. And again, the main purpose for that is to lower the water, but not too much. If they lower the water significantly, it could affect the stabilization of the banks. But they do want to lower the water a little bit so they can get to the debris. But they may put some more water in just to make sure that the banks are stable. That's kind of the process that we're seeing, and we'd like to thank Enviro Waste for coming out here and assisting with that. The current cleanup phase, what we're currently doing in this phase, they call it Phase 1, is removing debris, and that's all that will take place during Phase 1. And when that phase is over, we'll go back to the Board of County Commissioners with Plan B for Phase 2, and we'll take that one step at a time. Again, this is a slow process. If we have to stop operation for safety, we'll certainly do that. And I appreciate the press cooperation. We had a couple safe locations for the press, and keep that in mind. I've had conversations with several reporters. just keep a safe distance, and we do appreciate that. There was one other thing that I did want to mention before we get into the questions. The goal here is to be done in as quickly as possible, but as safe as possible. The main contractor tells us that they are expected to be completed with Phase 1 around Friday, August 18th, give or take a couple days on either side. They also say that they're coming in under budget. Our total expense for this is around $1.3 million. The Board of County Commissioners approved last Monday not to exceed $1.3 million. That's what we have funding for. Cirrus says that they're probably going to come in under budget. Right around $1 million is what we're looking for the overall project. Cirrus, we have a purchase order for them for around $600,000, and the other costs are really for like fill dirt and other materials, removing of the water as well. I'm going to open it up to questions. Let me just first, if you have a question, if you want it in Spanish, let us know, and we'll go ahead and do that as well.
Doug, since overnight and through the weekend, you've condemned more homes. You found evidence of cracking, the stair step cracking from the foundation to the roof. In one home, you found evidence of floor cracking and granite cracking. In another home, you've said for several days now that the sinkhole is not expanding, but are potentially other sinkholes, if you will, developing under those homes, causing that subsurface issue?
You know, without having an engineer explain exactly whether it's growing or not, I think the best way to describe it is that there are a number of subsurface anomalies, depressions that existed prior to the sinkhole opening up. There were a number of homes that had sinkhole mitigation done, and you're seeing probably that seismic activity aggravating some of those existing sinkholes. So we are reluctant to say the sinkhole is growing at this point. However, it is certainly, Mother Nature is taking it back. You know, if you look at the 30 and 40-year pictures here, apparently where some of those homes were located was in the middle of a lake. So, you know, it may be Mother Nature just taking back and this lake trying to become a lake again. We don't know. It's a little bit too early for that. It might be premature to say the sinkhole is growing. What we are confident in saying is that there were depressions that existed prior to the sinkhole opening up, and the current sinkhole activity is probably aggravating those depressions that existed.
So the condemned homes will, all 7 condemned homes, including the 2 that's already in, will eventually be demolished, is that right?
It will be up to the homeowner to really make that final decision, but that is the plan. Yes, those 7 homes will eventually be demolished, especially since a certificate of demolition has been issued. That is different from a red tag. A red tag means that you can enter the home, but a notice of demolition is that you can't inhabit the home at all.
If it meets the criteria for demolition, what does that mean financially? Are they eligible for any money from the county, or is it all in insurance?
Well, you know, when it comes to that, I'd ask each homeowner to really talk to their own insurance company, probably their own attorney, just to make sure that they're protecting their rights as they move forward. So this is a catastrophic financial event for some people. It's a catastrophic event nonetheless, and then you throw in, you know, these are people's nest eggs. Their home sometimes is the biggest investment they may have. So we ask that those individuals make sure that they do their due diligence, talk to their insurance companies. If they need legal advice, maybe seek that as well.
You talked about Phase 1 being removal of debris, decontamination of the water, stabilization of the bank. What's the next phase?
Well, we don't exactly know what is going to entail Phase 2. Phase 1 is the stabilization of the bank and the cleaning up of the debris. You know, I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have a false expectation that at the end of Phase 1 it's going to look like a perfect green space. You know, that may be the ultimate goal, or it may be the goal to have water in that area. We don't know. Maybe make it a retention pond. It's going to take a lot of fill dirt to make it a green space again, and will Mother Nature let us do that? So we're really kind of at that beginning wait-and-see attitude, and that's why we're taking it phase by phase, because we may not be prepared to give the Board of County Commissioners a recommendation for Phase 2 yet, especially if we're still seeing sinkhole activity take place in this area. So that's why we're waiting. We're taking one step at a time. So what we do know is Phase 1 is going on right now, and that's the cleanup of the debris and removal of some of the water that's in the sinkhole.
Did anyone actually back in their home out of the 7 homes, or were they still evacuated?
The easiest way of describing this is all the homes that are inside the gate have been evacuated. And there is one home that is in the process of being moved out, and that's 21748 Ocean Pines Drive. That was the home that had some cracking in the walls. They are moving out today. The homeowners have asked us to let the media know that they would like to not speak to them right now, that they're trying to get as much of their belongings out. So, our response to that is try not to impede with emergency operations. That's people moving out of their homes. That's trucks going in and out. That will only slow down our process. And the media has been great to work with, and I appreciate you doing that. I know you've got a job to do, and but if you just try to respect those individuals' wishes. That was the wish that they told us. I'm just trying to convey to you that the homeowners were moving out of 21748 Ocean Pines Drive. They're trying to do it as fast as they can and as safely as possible. All right, without any further questions, I'm going to let Monica Santiago give a briefing in Spanish, and I appreciate you coming out here.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Mónica Santiago del Condado de Pasco de Manejo de Emergencia. Soy coordinadora de emergencia para el condado. Desde el 14 de julio hubieron 2 hogares que fueron completamente destruidos, que fueron los 2 hogares que cayeron en la depresión. Desde el sábado, agosto 5, han incluido 2 hogares más. Aproximadamente entre el sábado y el domingo hemos incluido 5 hogares.